when you're stressed, get
Oreo cookie shake will. But seriously, it's so good. Like, you ever see anybody unhappy eating ice cream? No. Welcome
to the next episode, Adventure in the United States of Ekaterina and Greg.
Ekaterina and Greg, episode 10 of the pod. Here we are. Wow. Did I scare you with the clap?
Yes.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. Run, rush, and put a little makeup.
You know, I'll tell you something that's scary. You want to know something scary? Mm-hmm. If you take a piece of paper, regular piece of paper like this, and you fold it 100 times, 103 times.
Okay.
How thick do you think it will be?
Now it's going to be, guys, I think you can skip a couple.
This is very important. How thick? Give me an answer. Do you think it's going to be 5 feet, 100 feet, 10,000 feet wide? How big do you think it's going to be?
What piece of paper?
This piece of paper. If you were to fold it 103 times, by the way, it's not possible to fold it that many times, but if you were able to, how big would it be? I'm going to tell you. It's going to be the same thickness as the observable universe, 93 million light years thick.
Awesome.
Can you fathom that?
Guys, I told you that you can skip 2 minutes.
Isn't this crazy that you can do that? I mean, that is huge. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's beyond the capacity of the brain to comprehend that.
Okay.
It's amazing. And by the way, love the energy.
Have you ever done psychedelics?
No, I don't think I need to. Did you know?
You are in Los Angeles and
I am.
Try.
No. Why would I want to try? I don't have to. I like my reality the way it is. In my own
dojo.
No, it's just, that doesn't mean that you need to stay there in this world or eat them every single day. It's just to try and
that's
see the
nice.
Experience.
Hey, everybody who's first joining the podcast. Ekaterina wouldn't mind if you, maybe experiment with psychedelics.
Oh my God.
You know who did? Deepak Chopra did. He talks about it, and I'm a big Deepak fan, but he talked about how he did it years ago, and he thinks it's a very good thing, but not for me.
Well, I think it's a good thing if you can take the experience and basically work on your traumas and your issues through the psychedelics. But if you don't, if you do that just to have fun, then it's not a good thing.
Oh, I see. So don't be doing that to have fun.
Did you have fun, Morty?
No.
Okay, all these people go out there doing psychedelics to have fun?
That's
no.
why people call it medicine. It's it's medicine, whatever we talk about.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a medicine talk.
Well, I just asked you if you have done
I've
that.
never done. Let me tell you how boring I am. I've never done a drug in my life.
We go for a retreat.
I've never even smoked weed.
Greg just subscribed.
I've never done a pill. I've never did a drug.
So you haven't lived a life.
I've been very fortunate because growing up high school, I was, one of the captains of the football team and a class clown. And then in college, I was playing football for the university, and I also ran a fraternity that would have the biggest parties. And then I came out to Chicago, and I was doing comedy, and then LA, and I was throwing parties at this very house that you're at right now.
Yes.
I would help throw parties for 1,000 people. 1,000 people would be in this house. And by the way, do you believe in ghosts?
Not I believe I see them.
Have you seen them?
I mean, not face to face.
No?
I see you, but I definitely feel the energy. Yes.
Do you ever feel it here in this house?
Yes. First time when I've been here. Oh my God, I was so afraid to go anywhere. Yes.
What's it feel like when you sense the presence of a spirit?
Presence. Yeah, it's just you sense the presence of someone near you or in the house.
So you feel it, but you don't see
that you are
any
not alone.
apparitions.
Yes, you are not alone.
You are not alone. You are not alone. We are not alone. The X-Files.
Let's do
SMR?
Yeah.
S&M?
Yes.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear this.
Ghost.
No.
Ghosts are in the house.
I remember I would wake up. I would wake up every once in a while. In this one place I lived, I remember I'd wake up and I would see clearly a figure against the wall across the room. And I remember this one day, you stare there. And I don't know if this is your mind messing with you, which it probably is for me at least, without any psychedelics, by the way. But I had a lacrosse ball that I was I went to sleep and I was jamming it into this knot I had. But then when I saw this apparition, when I woke up at 4 in the morning, and it wasn't moving. It was just standing there. It was like this. So I took the ball and I threw it. And I realized when I turned the light on that it was not an apparition, or that maybe lacrosse balls go through apparitions and into walls, and they make a nice decorative hole in a wall. So be careful. You can't hit an apparition. You can't hit a ghost. I tried. I tried.
I'm very confused.
I made a
right
hole
now.
this big because I threw it at the ghost.
Yes.
And I hit it, but then the ghost disappeared, and what appeared and said was a big hole. So the ghost disappeared. What appeared? A big hole.
So you want to tell me that after this happened to you, you still stay in the same apartment? Because
Yeah.
I would be next hour out together with my stuff
Well, you know,
out of that place. There is another option.
what is the other option?
The other option is maybe that ghost came to you seeking for help, and like some ghosts, they stuck on Earth.
No,
Like
I feel
they-
bad. I threw a lacrosse ball at him.
Yes, no, you should feel bad. Like maybe he came to you seeking for help, and you throw the ball to him.
You
Or
know,
her.
another time I saw when I woke up, this is kind of freaky, like an angel, like literally above my bed. Is this in the brain that's like making it? Is there something I'm really seeing?
Well, honestly, now I'm happy that you don't do psychedelics, because they would take you much further than this.
That was the same building though. By the way, it wasn't an old building.
Have you tried to figure out like what was happening before they built that place? Maybe there was a cemetery or something.
I think the Barrymores had lived there. Drew Barrymore's grandfather, Lionel Barrymore, John Barrymore, the son. Anyway, old American family, acting family.
Okay.
You know, like royalty, basically. Grandfather, the father, the great grandfather, they all, and then Drew Barrymore, who's acting now. So it was like a big lineage. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like,
This is how people get into acting, so you guys understand.
yeah,
You
well,
need to know. You need to have
nepotism.
You need to know, and you
know that
need
word?
to have acting line. Also,
Family.
family, yeah.
Family lineage. Nepotism is your family helping out. For the most part, most people out here have had, not most, but there's a largest percentage that have direct.
95. Yeah.
I don't know about that large. Shane Black, whose house you know very well, he didn't have any connections, family connections growing up. My buddy Kurt Wimmer, who, I remember the last episode we talked about classical music a little bit. Remember that? He's a big writer. He wrote Salt with Angelina Jolie. It took place, remember that? It was like a Russian type movie, Salt,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other movies. But he sometimes will use classical music to actually help him write like a character. He'll like go on the piano and start playing some kind of like, concerto thing to get his mind thinking about who this character is.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, as a matter of fact, he's going to be, and you know what, they're both going to be on the show. We're going to be doing guests, starting doing some guests here and there. And both those guys are going to be on the show and you can ask them questions.
So it's going to be not only Greg and Ekaterina show, but it's going to be Greg, Ekaterina, and friends.
And friends, occasional
And
friends.
guests.
Yes,
We're going to
yes.
throw the party.
Yeah, maybe it may even be next week. You never know.
I told him you never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to start bringing in people and joining us and having fun with us because, well, we're having a great time ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We can maybe learn something from these other people since instead of just me teaching you all this great stuff. Did you know, by the way, that Harvard University was founded before they knew of calculus? The mathematics calculus was actually after Harvard. And Galileo, speaking of math and astronomy, all the stuff, he was actually alive when Harvard was founded. That's how long Harvard has been around.
Wow.
Now I get a wow.
It looked different, obviously, right? The Harvard.
Maybe, I'm sure some parts
The
look the
building.
exact same still.
Yeah.
I'm sure other parts they rebuilt, but I'm sure some parts are the same. Speaking of what I was talking about with Galileo and gravity and then astronomy and out there, when were you born? What is your birth sign? Astrology sign.
Libra.
Libra.
Do you believe that horoscope can affect relationship?
I would say no for many, many years, but now I would say absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Well, I'll give you an example. I was seeing this girl a little while ago, and we were at the library, not the library, the bookstore. And there was this book. It's like this thick. It's right here. It's like the birthday book. You ever see this book? It has like the moon on it and all the stars. Yeah, but anyway, it's right here. It's an amazing book. This was the reason that I actually started to believe in some of that stuff. You know, I'm a Virgo, and this girl I was with was a Capricorn. So I looked up that stuff, like her date, because it gives you the actual date.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like her birthday was, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And it would then show difference. You can see like, oh, you and this person. In other books, I started looking up and I'm like, wow, all the issues we had were already outlined in this book of astrology about them and me and all of us dating. Yeah.
So everything what was happening between you two and the things that you couldn't get along with, like you couldn't fix, it was in this book.
Yes.
Okay, give me an example. Let's say 3 sentences, 3 different things or 2 different things.
It would be very specific in a sense of, I'm not a sensitive person, as we talked about before in previous things. This person is extremely sensitive. So they would say, you know, in the book, you are very sensitive, and those with you need to understand that in these situations of blah, 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 blah. So like, you know, afterwards, like when we look back at the fights we were having was exactly what this was talking about, you know?
Wow.
And I was like blown away by it. Like,
Can I find this book?
But yeah, it was so specific of the issues that she had. I sound like an idiot by saying she had, that we both had. You know what I'm saying? Like my, you know, hey, I for a second, I'm like, no, it's all her. No. It was both of us together, like our 2 actual dates of birth. You know, it wasn't like the whole sign.
Yeah.
It was just the date of her thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Libras, you guys start around 23rd of September and you go to the 22nd of October. Yeah. And where are you in there?
15.
The 15th. Oh, I remember reading about the 15th of October. It's very bad.
I don't throw the parties.
Very
since
bad.
I don't do parties since I was 27. So I still.
Oh, right. Well,
27.
Well, let me ask you this on a side tangent. Are birthdays important to you? Because some people, it's the most important day of the year, more than Christmas or any holiday.
I just answered that question.
What'd you say?
I don't celebrate.
Well, are they not important to you anymore?
No.
They aren't important.
No.
So you don't care about them?
I try to ignore that day.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like it's a personal issue.
I feel like I did not achieve what I wanted to achieve.
By a certain age? So you're going to stop celebrating birthdays because of that?
No, because you are getting older. And for example, some things are connected, let's say, with modeling.
Okay.
So you kind of close your eyes on the age because you still need to achieve those things. For example, I will participate at the beauty pageant in August. I think I've talked about it a couple episodes before. I don't know if I did.
You mentioned it, yeah, and we're going to bring it back up. It'll be in description when we want to talk about it again.
So for this reason, because I think that I did not achieve certain things that I wanted to, I prefer not to think about how old I am because there are certain things that request particular age.
Let me tell you.
Particular age.
Okay, but on that, because I also am somebody who used to beat myself up over this kind of stuff. Because you know, especially when you're like an actor, when you're first coming out to LA, you're like, I'm gonna make
fresh and beautiful.
I'm gonna make it at this age and at this point. I'm gonna have a TV show here. I'll get married here, and I'll have a kid there.
Like you are getting smarter, you know, like with age.
Yeah.
But your beauty is kind of like, well, I feel like
not me. I'm getting better looking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was saying about myself that I feel like I'm getting like a good wine, you know, like
yes, you're aging like a good wine.
Yes. So what I wanted to say.
Well, you were talking about how you stopped celebrating birthdays. I was trying to try to talk you into it because
no, you were saying about that people come young to LA and they think they will achieve.
They're going to make it in a year, 6 months, 2 years, all these things.
Like
usually in LA, they say the secret is, 10 years. If you become successful in 10 years, you're an overnight success.
You're what?
An overnight success, meaning like you just got here overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I have like 8 years.
I mean, like, there you go. Yeah. So like, like my buddy, like Shane Black, who just popped his head in a second ago, he was right out of college. He became a huge writer. So people like him, he's the anomaly. He just like was hugely successful out of the gate. Kurt Wimmer, hugely successful out of the gate.
But most of the people, of course, it takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. So I'm going to tell you a secret. And the secret is forget about these times that you didn't achieve things by a certain age or a certain time. because there's like this. This is life, right? Life is like this, and certain things don't happen at a certain time, maybe for a reason. You know, maybe if you would have got that success early on, you would have blown your brains out. You know what I'm saying? You would have you would
like
have
we become a drug addicted or something.
or anything.
I don't need I can just chill and
could have-
do drugs all day.
Yeah, you could have self-destructed. I've seen so many people sadly also do that. They self-destruct. So it's not a bad thing you don't get things at a certain time. And also, maybe you didn't get like certain thing that, now I can't because of my age. Maybe it's very age specific, but there's other things you can get that you may actually find that you enjoyed more than what you thought you were going to like, and the other thing that you didn't get.
Maybe it's just my thing, or maybe I'm just like trying to find excuses for this.
You ever hear of Sherophobia?
What is Sherophobia?
Sherophobia, Cherophobia. Sherophobia. It is, I think of you because I think Russians are like this also, where it's like you don't want to be too happy because you feel that there's going to be
something
tragedies.
Oh
it's going
my
to
God,
happen.
that's me.
That's you, right? Sherophobia. By the way, this is the brain on this guy. This is not just about this pretty looking, you know what I'm saying? Sherophobia. Yeah, you got to be careful because you have to enjoy. If I were to give up after not achieving certain things, by the way, ready for this? I had tested as an actor for 17 series regular roles, meaning I went to the studios or the production companies 17 times to test for a lead on a TV show. Never got one of them. Okay? Now, every one I went on, I thought, this is it. This is going to be the big one. I'm going to make it now. And it didn't happen. But I stayed in there, and I'm still in there. And I still feel that though I'm no longer 22, I still have a chance of still, gaining that. Getting there, yeah.
It's like me. I still feel like I can still win the beauty pageant.
Yes, you can win the beauty pageant. And damn it, you can also celebrate your birthday once you do.
No.
No, I will not celebrate birthday, no.
I don't know. I don't know why it became a thing. Like people remind me that I have a birthday. I'm like, don't do this. I'm not throwing a party.
You get a little sad on your
Maybe
birthday.
I just don't want to waste money on the party. That's it.
That's what it is. No, that's not what it is. I'm not silly. No, I know that. That's not what it is. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a brother.
That's right.
Older brother.
Is he taller or shorter?
A little bit shorter.
Shorty.
Yeah, like that much.
He's so short. And he's younger than you said?
No. Older.
Oh, he's older. So now does he have like a job right out of high school or college? Did he get what's his job?
Oh, let's not talk about that.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't bring that up then. Sorry about that. My brother is an attorney. So usually the firstborn, I see they tend to gravitate toward solid type, things, whereas the younger ones go to more creative, modeling, acting, modeling. I'm joking. But
Acting.
yeah. But we gravitate more toward the creative, where the older siblings gravitate more toward, I maybe I'm wrong about that. I just see a lot of them go for that, like, not a conservative thing, but like a more of a practical job instead of a creative thing. So that's what I found.
No, it did not happen.
Didn't happen that way. Let's talk about self-care. How do you deal with stress or mental health? Because you don't want to celebrate your birthday, so I know we're going to dig into this a little bit here. How do you cope
With the stress?
with stress?
I can't say that I meditate, but I usually use a help of psychologist.
Yeah, like a therapist, like a
Therapist.
counselor.
Counselor,
Gotcha.
counselor. Yeah. They usually help me because they usually can bring your mind to the right place.
Oh,
Yes. What else? Not many things. Just
do you
calm
get
down.
stressed out every day?
Not every day, but yeah, there was a period when I just returned back from Russia to US when I was all this situation with between Russia and Ukraine.
No, what happened? I'm sorry. That's too soon?
Yeah, that's
Too soon. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, because it still kept going, and I was under a big stress, generally.
Do you get enough sleep every night? 8 hours,
If
7, 8
I
hours?
don't have panic attacks, yes.
So you get panic attacks every day or not every
Yeah,
day?
usually talking to people, talking to other people, or talking to therapists does help me.
Oh, it helps you. I thought you said that I thought you were saying that gives you panic attacks.
No.
Oh, because you were looking at me like weird like that.
Situations going on in my country and all that gave me anxiety, and it was very stressful.
I find that sleep really helps a lot for if people are sad or depressed, because it's the first thing that goes.
I try to sleep a lot, but
Well,
usually it's like
not too much.
7 hours.
Okay, seven,
That's fine.
8 is what they say is what you need, because that really helps the brain recharge.
Well, I know people who sleep like 4 hours, like
No.
legit every day, and that's it. And they
I
don't
know.
need to recharge.
They say that some people don't need it, but most people do. I never suffer from panic attacks or get stressed out like that, or I've been very lucky.
What are you drinking? What is the secret?
Chocolate Oreo cookie shakes from Jack in the Box.
Yeah, okay.
It was one of the things I drink.
Everyone.
Water.
So when you're stressed, get
Oreo cookie shake will.
Jack in
But
the
seriously,
Box.
it's so good. Like, you ever see anybody unhappy eating ice cream? No. You think about it. I used to go. My favorite place in all of LA is a place called D.D. Reese in Westwood. They make homemade ice cream cookie sandwiches. So the cookies are like this big, and then the big slab of ice cream this big, and then a cookie on top is this big.
Are they healthy? At least a little bit.
They're no, not at all, but they're delicious. They're delicious. And by the way, every time I said there was a line of 70 people deep, I don't have to wait in line when I go there because I go there so much. They don't let me wait in line. And I see 70 people deep all day and night, and not one person looks unhappy. So if you're around, ice cream and cookies, I think you're happy.
Oh, Howard, excuse me, but your wife's cookies are out of this world.
Who told you you can eat my cookies? Put that cookie down! Now!
I know another way how to get distracted from a stress. Like if you have panic attack or
What's
something.
that? I didn't quite hear you say the word masturbate. You say that you're always stressed. Like, maybe I should do some math here again. Maybe my little Galileo thing with the calculus here. Okay, you get stressed, but then masturbate.
Stop!
It's the masturbation you were talking about when you get stressed. Okay, good to know.
my
Good to know.
God.
Good to know.
I
By the
said
way,
it's an
we have a
option.
Patreon. Subscribe to our Patreon.
It's an option.
Oh, it's an option.
Gosh.
Oh, she doesn't use it all the time, that option. Or do you?
Who doesn't do that?
Who doesn't do that? Okay.
Well, maybe some women don't, but there's an old school, probably women. They don't
Yeah.
do this.
Probably.
Or either too young or too old. I think the other category of women and men, they do that.
Okay, good to know about your masturbatory habits.
Stop!
I was talking about managing stress other
I
ways
said the way to distract yourself
to distract yourself from the stress.
from the
Okay.
stress and from the
Okay.
panic attacks especially.
So let's see here.
Because you need to focus on something else.
Okay.
So
So
you can
what I was
focus.
going to say is how I deal with stress is having, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, having a good mechanism to handle stress and to be happy and positive. Yours is just to masturbate. No, but I also don't do drugs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do drugs and masturbate
I'm
every
not
single day.
Well, I know one of those two things you do every day, but
Guys, and you're gonna cut this as an advertising, I know.
I'm just saying, I just find we just work differently. I'm happier to be here than not be here. So
Where
even
on
though
Earth?
in the world, in the universe, instead of not being here, I see the alternative of not being here. And I know a lot of people who are here and a lot of people aren't here. And I'm happy that I'm around right now. So, even though things get bad and we suffer from depression and sadness and people die and we lose jobs and we lose money and we get in car crashes and all that kind of stuff, most of these things, with the exception of death, will eventually solve themselves at some point.
Yeah.
You get over heartbreak when you were in love and you love that one
yeah.
person, or somebody passes away. It hurts and it's very hard, but at some point we will, as long as we know we will get over it and life will be better again.
Yeah.
It's
but
hard to see it.
The most important in stress or like in those situations is to not allow stress to like destroy your body or
Oh, yeah.
affect your health.
Yes.
Like if you get to the point when it affects your health, because most of the stuff that is connected to the health issues is related to stress or depression,
Yeah.
or the person is unhappy with him or herself, or going through something like something heavy, hard, and this is when people get diseases.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yes, there are exceptions when you, like, for example, what happened to me is I jumped to the cold pool.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been filming a YouTube episode with my friends, influencers.
Yeah.
I
Ooh.
jumped to the pool and I
Name dropper.
caught chronic disease.
Really?
Yes, I'm still like dealing with that right now.
Oh, wow.
It's like something that like this is like 20% of the time, but 80% is like comes out of the stress and like other things.
Do you exercise every day?
Not now.
I do 5 days of cardio, 20 minutes.
Okay.
You know, one day I usually play basketball with my buddy Kurt. The other days I'm doing 20 minutes of cardio at the gym. That also helps a lot for stress levels and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
I
the
know
sleeping,
that
the
too.
working
I know
out,
that. Mhm.
you know, having a good mechanism to handle it, knowing that it's always gonna.
You mean
work
that I should like lower my cortisol, I think, level? That's what you're saying?
I didn't
Because
say
when,
that.
when you sweat, like the stress and cortisol is going away.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah.
There was
what
stress.
happens.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, do that. Yeah,
Thank
do that.
you. Thank you for advice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My advice is yeah, do
now,
that.
Now you give me advice. Masturbate, do drugs.
Masturbate and then yeah,
do
and
sport.
then do that. Yeah, exactly. Well,
and sweat.
I feel like I'm your counselor. I'm
Thank
your
you.
therapist, and I'm just telling you what you're telling me that you just don't realize it's inside you.
I think we should name the show Counselor Greg.
Counselor Greg?
Yes.
I was thinking
Everyone is going to come and ask you for advices.
I was thinking of the masturbatory cat episode, but
What?
masturbatory?
Oh my God.
Oh, but
Stop.
no, okay.
People are going to think that I'm a pervert or something.
Why? Just because you
Well,
masturbate every
you
single
bet-
day? It's not a big deal. So many people do that. Relax. Not a big
How do
deal.
you know?
Not a big deal.
I
How?
never said that. Stop.
Okay, sure. Okay, if you say
I
so.
thought it's one of the ways how to deal with stress, and now you bring it to the table like I do it and even now, guys. Even now, I'm doing this.
How do you overcome procrastination? Like if you get like, you know, sometimes if you're getting down and you don't want to do stuff, how do you overcome it? And I hope it's not masturbation. How
I
do
just
you?
overcome. That's it.
you Possibly the funniest thing you've ever said. To overcome the procrastination, you overcome. Wow, this is a dirty episode. This is like a
You started it.
Dr. Ruth.
You started.
Where are you when we need you?
I silently said
You
like
yeah,
this.
into a microphone.
ASMR.
Into a microphone that picks up everything. So yes, so you overcome procrastination by overcoming it. How do you set and achieve goals? I was going to ask next, but I think I have an idea where you're going with this. Do you set goals? Do you set like a 6-month or 1-year goal that doesn't involve masturbation? Do you like?
Can someone realize that he keeps saying that word?
What word's that?
I just said. I whisper.
Oh, yeah.
And he mentioned it like 10 times already.
Well,
it wasn't me, okay?
No, it wasn't you talking about masturbation. Do you ever plan goals? Like, I want this to happen in 6 months. I want this to happen in 1 year. I want this to happen in 5 years. Do you do that? Or did you used to do that? Or do you do it anymore?
No, I don't do this. I just follow as much as I can my intuition. And whatever time it takes, just go with that.
Yes,
I just
some
try
people.
to like live life.
You live life.
Live life.
Instead of planning out too much in advance, you're like, I'm going to do this, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Sometimes when you have projects, like you need to set up time for
Mhm.
people, so they rush at least a little bit, and
Right.
don't put your stuff to the side.
Right, yeah.
But I think overall everything depends on me. Like if I'm gonna
All
be
about you again, isn't it?
No,
I'm
it's
joking.
like if I'm gonna be active and I'm gonna be reaching to people and like for us, you
Yeah.
know, we have like stability with
Yeah.
this episode.
Yes.
That's the only way you can be productive.
It's true. It's true.
Like, do you like to set the goals?
I never did. I don't do that. Oh, in this amount of time, I want to do this, that, because to me, I've learned that it's really hard to, I guess people say, well, you just plant it out there, you put it out there in the universe. And I'm like, I know mentally I'm going for it. You know, I'm very, as the Virgo that I am, I'm very organized and detailed and all that. So like, I will have.
I actually realized that.
About me?
Greg is much more organized than me.
But Virgos are generally
I'm pretty sure that your apartment is always clean and your clothes is organized, and you don't have much clothes, but you have a good quality of
clothes. I have way too much clothes.
Really?
Way too much.
Well,
I have 15 pairs of sneakers.
There is this not baskets, but like a green.
Yeah, to donate.
Yeah,
I do it all the time.
What?
I go through. I will put them in bags, and I bring like 15 bags to like Goodwill and Salvation Army.
Shopping addicted in that
Well,
way.
I don't know about that, but I'm not a big shopper, you know. But I do accumulate a lot of clothes. But yeah, no, it is very. You're right. It's very neat and organized, and everything at my place. It's I know where everything is.
Yes.
There's not anything out of.
I don't know where my stuff is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, I think it's time for us to go and film.
Oh, Patreon stuff. Okay,
Woo!
Sounds good. Episode 10. Hey guys, remember, we're gonna have some guests coming pretty soon. But don't forget to subscribe and follow us here. And to if you're not on Patreon with us, go get on Patreon with us. Subscribe to that, and we will see you next week. Oh, what was this?
Woo!
Okay.
It's like victory.
Okay, she's gonna go masturbate now. Thanks, everybody.
What?